Okay, like got Loud on defense. We got MIBR on attack.
24 times now. The opportunity for the 25th as MIBR is still in desperate
We got
pursuit of their
double
first win
Sheriff
of the year. Currently sitting at 0-6, but on the attacking side of Ascent, I think all eyes go towards this player right here, Paula. He's been regarded as the future of Brazilian Valorant. There's a lot of hope on this kid's shoulders, but it's a tall task he's facing here.
He looked very confident in the walkout.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to retake this one. Sova eats the
help him put the in-ears in.
He's not gonna be able to help him there as he is the first.
I was gonna say Sova eats the knife, so he doesn't have time to recon, and he just kind of needs to stay alive. Okay, clears over towards middle. That's nice though.
Loud locked out.
Hey, got a little bit of a tag. Bomb's still not planted yet as well.
The good news for MIBR is they got over towards B, and they still have an Omen flash.
Dagger that landed in B main as well.
And Loud don't.
Gives the info for this. Maybe an Omen flash? Pancata already used it.
Meanwhile, the fight goes off and back. Spawn, our team will fall. Liazi on the swing will crumble at the hands of Pancata as well. Loud looks so comfortable here.
Yeah, I really would have liked to have seen some kind of play with the Omen flash instead of just double. Instead of double. Ah man, I think this is gonna be a really rough game for MIBR.
And they took their time with it, Doug. They were so patient.
We're really about to see the lack of time together this team's had. Ride with the Prime. Thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you, thank you. Right, be nice. I appreciate the 6 months.
Nice work.
Tough to have us over there with the Sheriff in hand. But very well played. I think you're right. They played it very slowly. I think they were very methodical in their approach, and that's often been the DNA of Loud, right? They seldom feel bothered. They seldom feel frantic in their approaches.
And if you let them set up a retake like
heavy
this,
only guns,
it's just nearly impossible to deal with because
even
they
in
are
the
so
anti-eco,
they're so dialed in on their timings. They don't really give away anything free, so you kind of have to disrupt a team like Loud before they set up for that retake.
Kanzine playing with a little bit of fire.
Yeah. Almost got burned.
Here. Meanwhile, Paul is taking some space, but he's already been spotted, and that's a dash now gone. So we'll see if they can.
What skin is this? What the hell is that?
Because something else we can mention is the Killjoy versus the Cypher. I think both characters have their net positives, but I mean less on
Overdrive.
Cypher is a spectacle to behold. You're gonna see him taking a lot of fights on the attacking side. That's the Fnatic classic. And then probably mixing up his trips on this defensive side. It's a very slow approach on this.
What's this?
Round for MIBR.
Yeah. What's the little numbers?
Trying to feel out the setups.
Backtrack.
I like what they're trying to do here, though. They just smoke deep in mid, which is often indicative of a split B. But if that's where they want to end up, they're a little late behind it.
Ooh, Kawazine, he almost got caught right there.
Meanwhile, it's Liazi who falls. Rich is going to join him.
30 seconds left.
MIBR
actually does count kills.
It
is.
They really have no space on the map either. With 20 seconds left in the round, the spike is still by Swan. They haven't really found much A top spot for them to be in.
Looks like they have an opportunity here to maybe get something going, but not Tui's cleaning up.
Okay, very, very nice. Pyro, that was pretty funny. It was savage, but pretty funny. Pyro says the MIBR win counter. That's crazy.
To Mazine up middle.
That's so
that was
crazy.
The key factor into this round, and basically what shut out MIBR from pulling off any type of bomb plant or even getting onto the site. It's that nice cleanup, nice share shots. Connecting for Tui's on that jet roll. Haven't seen him play that in so long. Maybe in ranked.
Yeah, it's been a while. Back-to-back flawless rounds for Loud. MIBR still looking for their first kill of the map. This might be where they do it. You take a look at the buy for Loud.
Right.
You've got
Let's
smattering of
give him a fast buy.
different bits of weaponry.
Fast buy. Contact on short, recon, reface? Or...
That jiggle. We'll make him found out, but Mazine, he gets spammed almost to no HP.
Really nice swing from Sada.
Double.
Taking matters into his own hands. Getting a couple
I'm
kills.
surprised Pancata committed to this after
what's the response on the other
happened.
side of this from MIBR? Paul just got tagged again, and Tui's confident on the swing.
Oh, that was so nice as well. Double smoke to potentially reposition.
Again, a big advantage here for Loud.
The rewalk through mid as well. Finding the timing.
I think this might be really brutal to watch, man.
Killjoy roll.
Nate, thank you so much for that, man. Appreciate the 5 months.
It's no choice.
I'm doing great, bro.
It's
Thanks for asking.
An angle to save maybe here, unless he can catch off any of the defenders making a mistake. But I don't think that.
I mean, the flash.
Give him anything right now.
The flash was incredible. Practically double his mental as well.
Whatsoever. You have 2 Cypher trips there. 1 in mid, 1 B main as well. Only thing you got to worry about is Cat or A main.
So you can tell, I mean, as we think about the round that we just saw, given that it was their first gun round, MIBR's, you can tell what the plan was. The intentions were pretty clear. I think execution, Dre, I'd love to get your thoughts on this, because to me the execution felt sluggish. It didn't feel decisive. It didn't feel confident.
It could feel
Guys
like
are bold for predicting MIBR.
MIBR, they were just trying to set up for an actual hit onto A or whatever. It's the proactivity from Loud that was the deciding
factor. They just got dealt a bad
they
hand as well. Like, they were having a bad year anyway.
That KO pop flash, the
Not being able to actually practice.
And honestly, one of the players from MIBR actually tried playing anti. Rich, the rookie, he turned that flash, but just couldn't connect on the flick. The trades were there for Paula, but it just wasn't enough. You said Tui's was confident there, but I think Paula was a little bit too confident as well after getting those first 2 trades. Just sitting in the open, crouched. I mean, that's so hard to convert a kill like that, relying on your mechanical talent.
Tui still with the outlaw.
He hasn't slowed down a bit. He's gonna get another one right
here.
Oh,
no way.
That was pretty. He really hasn't had any reason to slow down. I think it's part of the issue.
Yeah, the disruption in these last
Garmols, thank you, man. Appreciate the 13.
Everybody on the side of Loud has
thank you for using your prime on me.
Short of spectacular.
Well, and you think about what an approach would be for a team of Loud's caliber playing against a team who's making their debut, really. As Tui's gets 4 and Ace potentially on the other side, he's gonna have to do.
These guys just jumping, bro.
The good team that he is, handing it over. The eye power race for Loud. It doesn't get much easier than that.
Yeah, that was a freebie, especially with the guy on tiles not being able to trade.
9-0,
running rampant.
That's wild.
And he got kills everywhere. I mean, what, the first 2 kills were in mid. He even overextends right here with a jump peek, connects onto the head, goes all the way back to B side. He's everywhere in this round.
Mr. Worldwide.
And then Heartseen, he gives
Zinging.
up on trying to
Zing
shoot
in
the player that's just jumping around 'cause he knows
with the prime.
He wants to deny the ace, but he just couldn't connect.
Thanks so much, man.
That's
appreciate
that.
I will say this, though, before Tui's antics. When you think about a team like Loud and their caliber and their pedigree,
Tui's, yeah, he has a good chance of just farming pretty heavy here.
Again, is making their debut as a full roster for the first
It
time.
makes this map so defense-sided. No joke. It is literally the Odin over towards B. Like, the fact that you can't take one of the mains on attack because they have a gun that can shoot through the wall, it's busted. And the fact that there's always, like, every site that you get into, it's a multiple things, right? You've got B main, which gets spammed at the beginning, so you can't really get into a main, so B main's wrecked. Then you look at all of the sites, A and B, they all have like a straight back wall when you exit out a small choke point where a recon can be behind you. So Sova is incredible, right? So Sova is just insane because of these 2 walls. One of these walls that you can spam, obviously, and then you've just got really thin walls everywhere where you can have KO knives that 100% don't get shot to get you info as well.
Maybe there's something that
and then you have no util to get out, and it's like long rotates in case you get wrecked by knives. It's just pretty much all of those things together.
Unless we'll just sit in B main and take a gunfight. Why not?
And small checkpoints.
Yeah, to have been a fly on the wall, because I think, again, when you're this new...
Hey, kill trip, though.
I mean, there are so many things that need to be a part of the conversation. Some messy shots from Les.
That did not look like Les. That did not look like Les. Okay, if there's a few of them going about, MIBR will take it.
And then they had all B space. So they were able to get the spike down, and ultimately they lost the retake attempt, yes. But this time it's a 4v4, though.
Oh, look at this.
They've been taking mid. I mean, this was the same as their pistol, right? Where they just fast over towards him.
Onto Rich, but still a trade.
Tui's 10-0.
1 for 1 found. Blade still on mine. Tui's not spotting a target. Wow. Paula's on the swing, and Tui's is there to punish one.
But he should be dying from the guy market, yeah.
He's taking some damage. Liazzi striking beautifully, though.
Okay, good positioning from him.
Yeah, that was a way better post plant for MIBR. And a part of that was less with that challenge.
Yeah, I mean, let's just miss up.
I mean, he just couldn't settle his crosser.
Why is Breach bad on the map? Breach isn't even bad on the map. Breach is good on this map. Just Sova, KO are better for the reasons I said.
He almost went crazy on this retake. But it was this right here, Liazi, who got into market, made it nearly impossible for Loud to execute that retake. Honestly, that's such a pivotal spot to be in.
Disruption again, the name of the game. MIBR fast here off of a paranoia. The blades are popped. You see the Hunter.
They get over towards site here. We haven't got any ults to retake, and he manages to take down Sova at the back. This guy is absolutely sending it.
Those knives will not do.
Still adjusting to the main stage for sure.
No, here Tuiz has an op in hand. Shot rattling off, now connecting. MIBR still with site control. And it's very reminiscent of what we saw in the previous round. Remember, it was Liazi who flanked around through mid. This time it's Artine who's going to try to do the same thing. But as is always the case in these late flanks, timing is everything.
This is pretty nice from Loud.
Deal with some of what Loud are trying to do and allow our team to get into a good position. He may have a shot at this, but Rich and Liazi crumble.
They did very well here.
Just a couple of seconds left and no teammates to fight alongside. Tuiz is going to be able to stick the
Cage, dash, smoke to get out through the one way over towards door. Over towards heaven, we had nade. Maybe there was a flash that I missed as well. It's a really nice retake. Omen flash is good as well.
It floods everybody to a spot where that Omen flash is going to connect. And Pankata just coming out of that switch area. He's able to clean up 2 kills for free, basically. But yeah, that's that adjustment that needs to be made. Oh, beautiful. They lined up for him. So another clean retake, and
okay, they win one. They lose the next.
Not on
Money's in the bin.
The players on the site
try force into it.
Nearly long enough.
I will say though, I do want to give some credit to Paula, and sometimes it does seem a little
ill. Got 4 people that come by if they lose this.
Forced, if you will, but you think about in the previous round, that push into heaven.
He could have gotten that kill.
Easily could have, and that's what you want out of a duelist, right? You've got sight, scale, go make a play, go take a little bit more space, go be aggressive. And I think when you think about a player making a debut, that's not something you always see.
That is true. That is very true. Someone who we did see do things like that though was Artsy on his debut.
Hang on, Tuiz with the op. Paula first to tag. Nicely done with the cloud burst to stay alive. Dash away. You imagine MIBR are going to want to go fast here. They don't have Rich. He's waiting on the other side.
No way, no way.
He gets 2, not able to settle on the third, but
dude, he nearly got the third because of the recon as well.
Mazine is on the site, but he doesn't have the spike. And again, Rich so far away from the play.
Yeah, they had an anti-KO ult set up.
That's a very nice shot, though. That's going to buy a little bit more time. With 30 seconds left, there's still so much left to do. Mazine will fall.
30 seconds left.
Rich in a 1v2. So far away from the spike.
Louder showing a lot of respect right now to Rich. So he does have an opportunity here to get that bomb planted, get that spike planted, and he has a dart up as well. Omen flash,
it's definitely doable.
10 seconds left.
Mollies, TPs,
Omen
pretty
flash.
much full utility for this retake. A perfect molly.
Does a little bit of damage. There's the molly, there's the paranoia, and there are the closing shots from Sadak to get Loud another round.
I mean, it was nice from Loud.
For Loud at first, giving a player like Rich all that type of space, but they're so confident in their utility on the retake, and that's why, right? The molly to basically make Rich go into a spot where that Omen flash is going to connect. Oh, here was that no scope. I feel like it rarely works that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, when the barrel's in the face, it better connect.
Very nicely handled by Loud. I think part of the issue too is I don't think they realized where the spike was. So you had to respect Rich. You had to respect his positioning, and given how much time was left on the clock, so into the 8th round to go. 2 rifles in the hands of MIBR.
That would do well to lose this round.
Very little success found, and it has just felt like an uphill struggle.
Yeah, same method.
6-1. It's definitely tough. I'm wondering if they lose these next 2 rounds, maybe another timeout for this half.
Possibly.
That dagger did connect.
Smokes out. Paula tries getting ahead of it a little bit, but not been able to find any success. That was clean though.
Ooh.
Out from Rich, dropping.
Yeah, there's a big miss as well. Okay, not that one though.
This op hasn't Really done a lot, but it's finally starting to settle. Sada getting the best of Liazi. A little bit of space found on the site. Still not enough to commit to the plant, though.
That was so chaotic for a moment. Now,
it was ugly.
Finally some settling to the storm.
And so here, our team's gonna get the spike down, or should, barring that. Oh, that was very close. But he has his ult online. Does he force it here? It doesn't matter. Instantly gets dropped by Kalanzin.
And again, another great retake from Loud. They look so good, so coordinated on these retakes. The utility also is just so on point right now.
The Sova util is great as well.
There was a shock dart kill from Kawazin on the bomb, on the spike planter. Some really nice things being done from Loud, and yeah, it was little scrappy.
Ivy champion. Thank you so much, man. Welcome into the Slug Club. Thanks for using your Prime on me. Appreciate the Prime usage, mate.
That was really interesting, to say the least, but still, they convert. Another round win, another retake round win.
At least it's both Brazilian teams, that's true.
Scoreboard
Okay,
right
a
now,
bit of a
that's
better
3
chance.
rounds in a
We
row
got
where
KO,
they fused the
and
spike.
let's check out Loud's KO ult set up again.
right now for
Wanting to fight
MIBR,
more over towards middle. Looks like they're going
you
for
gotta
Vision
figure something
Strikers
out
and
on
to
these
retake
post
over
plans.
towards A. They got the kill trips with one person to get kills on short.
Dropping Paula. Meanwhile, Tui's is in your lap.
Yeah, that's nice.
So aggressive.
Did they KO ult?
So decisive again.
Probably not.
And there's trips on A for anybody that's trying to flood. Smart from Liazi to walk up here.
Top of the door, Kalanzin.
Wait, we Omen ulted over towards B?
Wisely.
Wait, it's
Not to
kind
commit to
of...
the cross.
They hear it? If they'd heard it, they would have fast flooded.
No Mazine on the other side.
Yeah, he's on an island. He just saw Pancata, but his timing might be bad. I say that, but
Wait,
the
you
slow
reverse
approach
smoked
on the retake
door?
for Loud, it might actually be a thorn in their side. They got to speed up right now because Mazine's about to come up huge.
2 big kills there. Kalanzin and Pancata fall. Still less than Tui's in the play. And that might be enough. 2v2 now. Tui swings a little bit too far out. Can the op do anything here? Will they even give him the swing?
Honestly, Mazin cooked a little bit here. Get over towards the site, instant ult to back of B, and he did a weird smoke at door, and I think it like confused them so much they thought they were hiding in it. He did this smoke, like something you would normally do to hold the opposite sides. They were kind of looking at it and they didn't want to push into it. I guess they were just spamming it, and that bought them so much time to get up heaven.
Honestly, this was looking disastrous at the beginning. It was a really good aggressive defensive push from the side of Loud. Will be 2 rounds on the board for MIBR after that.
Couple flashes traded, and now they all use.
It's the EG Classic.
He's gonna survive. Very nicely handled. They're dueling ults.
Wait, how did Mazin not even get hit here?
With no
I swear on the cam we're looking at that looked like it was on fast one.
Just came out of that only taking like chip damage from his own Sova ult.
Oh, okay.
Paulo with the smoother shot.
So precise on that one.
I mean, I get why people are excited about this kid. Had some really nice moments. Kalanzin falls.
If they could somehow get
Ridge
5.
now pushing forward, and MIBR again have found success enough to get out onto the site. It does not look like there's a late flank here or anything they're going to have to worry about.
Looking great.
Loud. Yes, they're at a numbers deficit, but they can turn their attention fully forward. I worry about the weaponry, though. I mean, Tui's has an op in hand. He just took a ton of damage down to 55 HP.
Yeah,
no
I think
armor.
Tui should go save on his 1 HP.
Really hard to bring back. Sadhak.
He's got a lot to do here. Settles the first. Gets the second.
God.
Not able to land onto the third.
Right. Okay,
Loud
3.
got their losses already. They've
Then 2
scattered.
chances
Tui's
to get an
down to
extra
1
one.
HP. Is more concerned about saving the op. Wisely so. If Les can get a couple of these exits, these matter. They don't have a ton of money. Liazi denied exit.
Oh man, they're all
Mazine
going
will
down.
fall too. Every single
A win's a
weapon on the
win.
ground.
3K on top of this. I mean, it's just gonna be a lot of light armors. It'd be interesting if they wanna buy an outlaw.
Getting those guns out of the hands of MIBR is everything. Look at how Mazine was
Yeah, he's just in the middle of both ults.
Right, but it was that entry on both these entries, previous duelist and current duelist, opening up that entire A site, allowing for a 5v3 post-plant scenario. Really good work so far. MIBR crawling back into this half slowly.
It's 3 rounds on the attack side, so we'll see how much more they can put together.
Placing swarm grenade.
early paranoia. It seems like they want to go fast towards B. They're gonna have to deal
Yeah,
with
they
these
just
trips.
resorted to doing
Over
fast
the top.
strats, but I mean,
Nicely
this is a
handled
nice
to
hit.
dodge away from the dart, but you don't dodge away from less.
You should run.
What the hell is the spike doing?
Already starting to rotate over too. He's trying to get some high ground with Liazi waiting on the other side of the smoke, having to wait for the
What
lockdown.
the?
He's gonna die while it happens. This is very nicely handled by Loud, but the spike is out. MIBR are out.
Full info on the members of MIBR as well. A 4v2. This is going to take some heroics from the side of MIBR. Mazin, he was the deciding factor in one of their post plans.
Remember how often you've highlighted Loud look comfortable. They look confident in these retakes. They're going to have to do it again. A 4v2
One enemy
still
remaining.
in their way, even though they lost one for it.
They handled it well.
And the
So
Alchemist
as soon
is
as
saying, yes,
MIBR
this
hear
one
the ult, they know he's gone back over towards the site, and then there was a
indicative
mid-round
that MIBR was
call
facing,
to go
it doesn't
through
really matter
market
how
and
you do it.
try
That's
and
another
join
one
the,
for Loud.
I think it was the Omen.
Yeah. Louder a team
And
that
then what ended up happening is the other two on site were just
of that. I mean, they
on
go
their own,
down
wrecked.
a lot of the times on the first map. So for them to start like this on a first map is a good sign. And this coordinated fight together.
One enemy remaining.
Fight anybody that's holding the lockdown, and then
I'm a
it was
Benji
that
Fishy.
flank from
Hello, hello,
Panacotta.
good
And
evening.
he had full info that entire time
How we
because
doing?
of that Cypher ult that was invested from Les. So even with the player dropping
This
early
is
and
that-
making it
this
a
is their
3v2
last buy.
retake, I mean, that flank is just
Devastating.
so strong.
The timing is miserable to deal with. The buy is
Miserable.
odd.
Yeah, it's last round right now.
Yeah.
MIBR feeling the negative effects of those exit kills that Loud got in one of those rounds previous.
He's isolated. Yeah, Tui's
Hold
had
up.
really no one to cover him because
And
Les
we
was
got
smoked
an
off.
op here.
It's a
There's
great
no
opener.
one to watch that. Now in the smoke, unable to settle. It's a little
God,
bit
they're
more
gonna win
damage
this one.
done.
Yeah, they're gonna win this one.
Oh,
Free
it's a
B
free
site.
B site as well.
I like
But
that.
what is that from Rich? A little bit antsy, a little bit too ambitious of a peak in the mid. The numbers game was one.
Oh, look at Liazi's positioning.
It was really
He's
bad.
tucked. He's hidden. Sadak has no idea.
Beautiful spray control.
And so MIBR have a numbers advantage here. They've got a rifle in hand too for Ardzine.
Oh, that was nice. Wait,
so good, but
I thought that hit.
Better Mazine on the trade. Pancata by himself. Healthy too. No damage dealt so far. Time short though. But Spike has been going off for a little bit. A lot of the onus here on the controller.
And
to
they got
make
an
a play.
incredible
He slipped the
crossfire.
net.
Yeah, but this crossfire is
Oh.
too deadly. I mean, maybe.
I mean, the crossfire doesn't matter. He's already gotten his way through.
Oh my gosh.
It's been smoked off.
fine.
He's got to challenge the smoke. Mazine goes in aggressive. He's gotten it to one. He's gotten it to half. The flash in his face. He tucks with the shorty in hand.
I think they did pretty good to get 4 at the end here, really. Kind of stole it a little bit. Made it into a doable half.
Straight into there and almost finessed around. But good work from Liazi from start to finish of that round. Getting that kill in mid, then closing it out at the end there, just delaying time.
That was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, a good salvation to a half that looked like Loud was going to run away with, and that was a
Yeah, I
nasty
agree.
entry.
From 7-1
Oh
to
my
8-4,
goodness.
you take that all day.
I mean, they put Tui's out there in a position, yes, with an op in hand and how hot he's been, it makes sense to make a play. But Rich was just better in that moment. There was no way for Les to help over the smoke, and then, again, that was almost, that was almost disastrous. But it works out the way of MIBR. They get to their 4th round. Earlier, we spoke to MIBR's Ardzine about the team's role swaps for Stage 2. Take a listen.
Falando pouco dessa mudança, eu acho que foi uma mudança boa, porque, querendo ou não, eu me considero um jogador versátil dentro do time. E eu sou aquele tipo de jogador que o que o time precisar que eu jogue pra ser melhor por time, eu vou jogar. Querendo ou não, com os nossos novos jogadores, o nosso novo duelista, eu acredito que ele tem muito potencial, muito talento também, eu me vejo bastante nele,
mean, overall,
no estilo que ele joga.
I mean, to be honest,
E
overall
poder
Killjoy just makes
fazer
attack
de tudo
easier.
pra que ele se sinta bem assim no jogo,
But
pra
I
mim
don't
já é o
mind
ideal.
them. It's not like I
E
look at a
com
comp and
certeza
be like,
eu
well,
vou masterizar
this isn't the one.
as
They
funções que
both
for
they
necessário
both
pra
work.
mim jogar e dar o meu melhor como sempre.
His versatility is certainly being challenged as we see him transition over to the KJ role, and maybe the defensive side will show a little something different. We've talked about it. It's been very heavily documented. The defensive side of Ascent is just an easier side to play. So Maybe that's what MIBR need here. Is 4 enough?
Key with the tier 1. Thank you very much, mate.
Is a must-win though, for sure.
Thank
when
you,
you have
thank
an
you.
8-4 half, otherwise it just gets out of hand. Loud can sit at 10.
Another prime.
And then you're looking
I think I did.
gloom on that bonus if you don't convert that cleanly as well.
M6.
But
on
the
the prime.
defensive
Sorry
side,
that I
it
missed
is
that, bro.
historically
Appreciate using
better
your
for
prime
the
on
role
me.
of Jet,
For
the
doing that.
role of Killjoy. So I'm expecting some big things out of Paula and Artsy. They have to step it up right
Question
now.
why is Omen so used on
who's been so stable all year
on other maps
honestly,
into other
almost every single
smokers?
team he's been on as well.
Just
he's so
literally
good. He's the IGL.
smokes are
Someone help
incredible
this man
because of
out.
the one ways that you can do.
He needs it.
Like,
He's looking
you
for
have
it
so
as
many
best as
one
he
ways
can.
that other
I think on the
agents
other side
don't
of things,
have.
we've got
That is a
highlight
giant
trees,
thing.
16 and 6
Got
at
an
halftime.
extra movement
Pretty
ability,
freaking
so if your
good
duelist
on the
ever
Jet,
dies,
all
you can
things
kind of
considered.
entry with a TP.
Again, for as
You can also create a lot of
treacherous as
pressure in
attack
some of
side
the
Ascent can
opening
be, we'll see if he's able to replicate
areas.
that success,
Like
or
you could have got
perhaps
to the
even
other
build upon
side.
it with the massive lead that
And
they've built
the
themselves
flash.
here.
The flash is
I think
just
it's also
insane.
as much as we've talked about Mazine. And
Omen,
yes,
Omen has a
he's been
stacked
good.
kit.
I think
Is the easiest
for
sum
a
up of that.
stage like Ascent to be calling up against
Aizel with the
Saab,
prime,
with
thank you so much.
everything
Thank you,
that's
thank
gone
you
on
for the
and
2
all
months.
the other extenuating factors that are taking place around it, that's tough.
Alda with the
head-to-head
prime,
is
thank you so
definitely
much for the 4
something
months.
that
Thank
you
you for
go
doing that.
into and you're like, damn, this guy's good.
Astra really thrives
But
on
also,
maps that have like really
Makes it
big
so you have something to
rotates.
prove. That
Right,
info
so
on that cam,
especially site to
that's all 3
site.
members being seen for the
Your
side of Loud. Now they can
breezes,
speed up B
probably
with the delay game.
Abyss as well to an
It's
extent.
been pretty good so far.
The Artzine molly and then the smoke, but Loud funnel anyway. They flood out past it. They try to get out onto the site, and they're ahead of MIBR here.
Yeah, that solo swing from Artsy, had he waited just a couple more seconds for his teammates to get in, maybe a different outcome. But either way, there's also a mid deposit here of Pancata.
Oh,
he's gonna get
And
caught
it's
out.
in.
He doesn't know. First shot goes a bit wide.
Yeah, dude, when the first shot came in and
clean him
missed,
up.
I was
He's been
so worried.
good.
And so this is going to allow them to swing up from spawn. Less forced to wait on the other side as Paula gets a little bit more aggressive, tries to dash out, but he's been lit up, and now he's dead.
Yeah, this recon was everything.
MIBR really, you're starting to feel the struggle of them trying to get out onto the side, and honestly, they had some of the tools that they needed to do it.
And you're also starting to see the struggle of only playing together before this match for, what, 2 days? No one was there to shoot the dart. It was a little bit uncoordinated. Artsy on a different page than the rest of his squad, who was about to flood in with him. So yeah, it's just a little bit of a disconnect so far, but this is to be expected, I think,
for pistols.
from a roster that, you know, has only had 2 days of practice going into this match. And Loud, I mean, they're playing to that advantage, to the max. Not really.
Hudson has a
changing the
hero.
wheel, just doing some very simple strategies so
it is
far in
literally,
that
yeah.
pistol round at least.
So 2 people that can scout out, die and pick up the guns.
And now just an A main default. Wine knife that'll clear out all of wine. It's a little bit of A main.
4-person stack on A.
They're still a little worried. They're worried about a trap setup here.
As they should be.
Yeah. But the name of the game has been extremity control so far in this round for Loud, and they haven't gotten fought on either side. The problem is, now that they're all leaving A, they're running into a
They have a
stack,
good read.
so if there's no
4
utility
people?
invested, like a drone or anything, and they decide to just exact drive,
Felix, hello mate.
They're gonna
How we
run
doing?
into a
Thank you,
blender.
dude. 21 months as well, Felix.
The
That's
only real
wild.
delay utility.
Thanks for using
Liazzi's
Prime.
still on
Hope
the other
everything's
side
going
of the
right,
map.
mate.
He's the only one with the molly. The camera, or the turret, excuse me, has already been traded out.
Okay,
still
they
don't
realize
like
that
it.
the stacks here, especially as the knife hits 2, and they see
they understand that it's
all
a
the
B main
util.
stack.
And
Less
that
is timing.
is...
Oh, I say that,
Wait,
but
how
he
is
just
Les around the
hops away in
corner?
time.
And Paula has to give up pursuit.
There's still 4 people here,
Again,
though.
MIBR are ahead of this. They've
What?
rotated so
Alright,
quickly,
okay,
but
we
when
switched
you've just
over
got
to him, but he ate
pistols,
the
what can
flash.
you do? Rich and Paula, the 2 newcomers to the roster. The only ones left standing. And now it's all on the duelist. With a classic in hand, facing 3 from Loud. Trying to buy his time. A 4 and 13, a couple of targets spotted, one of them dealt with.
This round's been... this round has not been
Situation's not getting
convincing.
any easier for the kid.
MIBR had a chance,
Did
for
get an
sure.
upgrade, but the up-down is
One
too
Kaliza.
strong for Loud.
One Kaliza with that whole year as well, man.
I mean, Loud
Thanks for the
didn't run
support.
into a stack, but I think MIBR did a really
Appreciate
good
the tier
job
1,
of
dude.
making this costly.
Good round for
Now,
MIBR.
This is the
Sure.
round
And a nice...
that we need.
Nice read
that
as well with the
MIBR
B stack.
need to convert. They need to win this, and they need to win it clean, because if they win it, but everyone drops with their guns, or they only keep a player alive. Their economy is going to be in shambles. Basically sets Loud up to just
this poor guy on short.
Win
because the observer switched him after he got flashed, so we didn't get like the flash thing.
Tough.
It just looked like he was just aiming
right
for.
Now for Loud, it's looking great. I mean, look at this buy, and they have full buy next round as well. A fast A main take. Not going into an execute unless just going.
Why
up
would
mid.
you?
It's a very common thing that we've seen on maps like this.
Of
4-1s,
this, if you
show
wanted to
heavy
use your
main.
early dash.
Your Cypher or Killjoy walks up mid. Don't really have to worry too much about that B main control off the rip because you can just come back and re-clear it.
So far all going according to script.
Okay. I mean, they tried to get someone A
Keep
main.
an eye on Artzine's.
They at least create the
alarm
question
bot
mark in
mid.
A main. Then after they've done that, they didn't get a
Wonder
kill.
here, I mean, MIBR are getting a little
Insta-group to
proactive
be
here.
here.
Peek towards mid to see if there's anything there.
They should
like
have
that,
trouble
but
getting
it
through the
does
choke
give
point. But
Loud the
honestly, I'm
info
looking
that
at the
there were
setup
two
from
players
MIBR,
peeking
and
behind,
it's a
which probably
perfect call.
means
So
there's 3 there.
it's gonna work.
Because someone's got to be watching A main. That's why you see this KO all invested into the B main hit, dodging all utility.
Okay, so they double orb default, and all they wanted to do is secure that they get A.
Not going to tag anyone.
And they must have looked at it and felt like as soon as they have ult, they can for sure get through.
We're so good at in the first half. Can they get a retake the same way?
Dude, this after plant trip is just so good.
They connected on 2 players, but nothing being done with that.
Exactly. Where's the follow-up? Where's the go? The paranoia out now. You've got Amalia that's waiting on the other side as Paula, expecting some utility that never comes. Still swings out, drops Kawanzin, but pays for it with his life.
Time, Doug.
It's so short. But Liazi's gotten a couple of kills. How much more can he find, though? Less.
Which HP is
Forced
that?
to sit back. He's so far away from the play. Spam going to connect onto one, but
Okay, nicely
even
done
if
in
it
the from
wasn't for
MIBR.
that, they should have, and they did. 1.57 left. That was closer than I thought it was going to be.
The actual whole
work
round
from
from Loud
MIBR
was
to
pretty
just flood
good.
stairs like that
I
and
don't know
get
if they have
those
just a
kills on
straight
the
up
members
read of
of
how
Loud
they
that
like
were getting
to
aggressive. But for the
play
side of
B,
Loud, I mean, if they had just survived for 1 second longer, 2 seconds longer here, instead of doing this and everyone swinging out.
But they had
they win the
stingers, right?
round.
So they wanted to play with stingers. It wasn't too bad. It was a pretty good bonus.
A good round win for MIBR. They keep their economy kind of stable.
Stable enough.
Yeah, stable enough to have a 4 rifle buy. And that judge, I mean, it could be so strong on this map. We've seen Sadhak use it the most out of any player, I feel like. Him and Vanity.
I'm curious about what the setup is. Yeah, I didn't know if they tried to tuck him into wine or whatever it was, but it seems like they've opted to put him up close. And there are members of Loud waiting.
I just wonder if Sadhak is aware of this, seeing the money.
Dude, 4 people?
That
Oh,
Liazi
no.
has. I wonder if
He could
thinks that
actually
he's gonna take
annihilate
a
them.
page of his own book, but it might be a dry swing.
It's a dry swing.
It's a
Great
very
trade
good
Bill found,
trade.
though, yeah.
I think that's a W for Loud. That could have been deadly.
Yeah, it could have been 2, perhaps even 3. Keep an eye on Mazine and his positioning. Spamming through, Kawanzin will fall.
Well, this was nice though.
But again,
Omen
the
flash
duel's
into
only
swing
able
on
to get
heaven.
one.
The trades at the moment, it's great for
he's
Loud.
been doing a good job of getting that first blood, that first kill, Paula. But
That's kind of it.
he gets traded so fast.
And that's massive props to Loud for being able to do that every time.
That's how you deal with a star duelist.
Or someone who's looking to make a name of himself.
That was messy from Sadhak.
Artsy nicely handled. Les and Pakata left for Loud. They've gotten the spike down. They just need to buy their time here as best as they can survive. Pankata left alone, a 1v2. Artsy weak, he will fall. The snap onto Mazine, not connecting yet. But time is short, 85 HP, no armor. Pankata takes a slight step back, buying his time, forcing Mazine to make
Damn, what a
play.
round from Pankata.
And it's Pankata
He was
who
so
comes out
calm
on
with
top,
it.
the Red Bull clutch.
He
as
played it
Loud
very,
get
very
11.
well.
That's the Pankata we know. He didn't really show that in the last series against EG, but he's back. Warmed up on the stage, nice clutch. And the trading game from Loud, it's been amazing. Not allowing that judge to get multiple players.
Yampy Fonda using the judge on Ascent. I think the Yampy clip got it banned, got it nerfed. Like the first nerf for the judge.
Smart. You know that the spike is down.
Reykjavik
You know
clip,
you're weak. Instead of
A main.
forcing the fight, he tucks
Pretty
into
sure that
hell,
helped.
baits
Got
him
it
in.
nerfed.
He played that 1v1 to perfection.
Very beautifully done. Meanwhile, Paula looking to get aggressive with the Guardian in hand. Getting a kill, a second. Sadak.
These are the moments where he gets the
whoa.
first blood. Now he gets 2
Wait,
this
Chad, that was a
time.
nice shot.
But he was out
He had a
mid
really
for
nice shot there
25
in the
seconds
middle of
already.
that.
Felt like an eternity.
It's absurd.
That was the only rifle they had, too.
3 members of MIBR went mid to support Paula there.
All right, how do they keep a close eye on this? Pancada's TP
No
towards back B.
smoke
MIBR
or
had an
spawn,
opportunity
so
to
he has
try
to
flood
go
out, but they're patient.
close omen
This would
flash.
be an insane timing.
Or we just swing it and kill all
But they
three.
all fall.
What a timing from Loud. Pancada and Les just smothering them from 2 different angles. Good coordination though on that. You saw
I
that
mean, it was
Pancada's
very well
peeking
coordinated,
at
I
the
give
same
him
time
that.
as those players are coming through the smoke out of B main. And now it's up to Mazin in a 1v3 with just a stinger to his name. Yeah, he's got some utility, but he's getting wrapped by Les right now as we speak. He's going to be taken out shortly.
We need some clips to the Odin now. That's actually very true.
Match point.
Needs to be where it needs to be a big event.
They've just so
All
effectively
the right devs are watching.
dismantled MIBR from top to bottom.
Yeah, on MIBR's map pick as well. It seems to be the
Oh,
story
did we get to see his
about
other kill?
a lot of these teams.
It wasn't. I thought it was
These new
better than
rosters.
that, but it
Maybe
was still
some
nice.
nerves on their map pick.
Remaining.
It might have looked a
On the
bit more
first map
impressive
in
with
general.
him doing the updraft and just landing.
And it's new. It's new for them, right? To be fair, Paula, yeah, he's sitting at 9 and 17. I've seen some really nice shots out of this kid.
Agreed. Yep.
It's gonna take time, for sure. There will be a timeout.
The problem is though, Dre,
pros seem
time
to
is
hate
not something
Abyss.
the teams have much of a luxury.
Yeah,
of
I think that's the
these days.
general
Stage 2,
thoughts as
the
well.
6 spots for playoffs are what
I think
everyone has
it's
eyes set
fine.
on.
Yeah,
But
I imagine
don't know
this
how it's
rebuild
gonna
from
play.
MIBR wasn't something that was, oh yeah, we're making this roster to make playoffs. I think it's more of the long haul picture.
Big map.
You know, like,
It is a very
what
big
are
map.
Players that we
Yeah,
can pick up.
I think that's one of
maybe
the
get them
issues.
some experience in this stage 2, and then have a god squad for next year, or like
Build.
have a big foundation, right? So that's what they're going to be working on. It's a long-term project here for them. But on the opposite side, Loud, they have to.
Actually, seem
Yeah,
to not
the
like it
stakes could
either.
not be any-
Yeah, it's
exactly
true.
different.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
a
mean,
very liked map.
They missed out on what, their first international in so long.
It is
I think it
useless.
was ever. In
Right?
history of
Yeah.
Org, if
Maybe
I'm not
ever.
mistaken.
Yeah. And if
I
they
don't
don't
think
make champs, that's crazy. It's the end of an era for sure.
They always find a way. We'll see if they can do it again.
It'll
Currently
probably
sitting
play a
at 2
little
and
bit
4, but
out
I've gotta
like
remind you guys again, the
Icebox.
record
I
that
agree
they
with
have
you.
against
It's not going to be.
Brazilian
It's not like
brethren
as
is
big as some of the other
ridiculous.
mids, but
And
or
it
like
doesn't
not as
seem like
useful as some
that's
of the
gonna
other
change
mids.
today.
And SDK brought up a good point. He's like, I know Fraud's going to want this win so bad. And it makes sense knowing the history between those two.
And if Fraud is anything, he's a competitor, man. He's a fighter.
It's like Artson's got some fight to him still. Picks up that kill under the IGL of Sadhak. The thing about Sadhak, though, is like, he's playing Neon on a lot of these maps, plays KO, and he plays it pretty aggressively. Nice
does.
kill from Liazi on the lurk on Les. But even when he falls short, even when he goes for an early aggressive kill and it doesn't go his way,
Right.
he's still able to IGL at that moment and
Hands
just
in.
micro his
Hands in,
teammates.
sustain what he can on the
Mid-round
shot.
them around.
Oh my.
Beautiful
Nice shot.
kill from Kyle Hazine. Oh my goodness, that was
You'd imagine
insta.
MIBR lose this
Talk
one.
about microing your pieces around. Kawanzan will pay for it.
Down mid.
He will fall.
We had to say.
Tui's and Pancada left alive for Loud.
Oh.
And Pancada continues to be Pancada.
30 seconds
Now
left.
it is full info now for MIBR that there was a player in mid, there's a player in B main.
This would be a tragic way for this map to end.
Yeah, especially with Tui's being so
This game is
low
where
on
they
the
both
jet
are now.
right now. Oh, can't connect.
15
Not able to settle
seconds.
the shots. Only player from MIBR who's not in the play right now is Mazin, but he's starting to rotate over. They haven't really made their way out. Tui's and Pancada fall. We're
We'll
gonna play
slow
at least
count it
one
down.
more round.
6.
Yeah, nice
This
round
is
from MIBR. If Louder gonna give us free kills,
It
why
didn't look
not? We'll take them.
great from.
Walk into my crosshair.
I'm
That's
not
pretty
gonna
much
lie.
what happened for Artsine and Liazi.
Just
in
wanted
the-
to
in that
dual B
round.
main.
But look at their economy. They win the round and it's still in shambles. You can't see it right now because we're seeing the replay. I love this angle. So satisfying when you connect this shot.
That's a LAN angle.
Enemy remaining.
1,000%. Don't try that one at home.
Yeah, Les tried to, he actually tried to perfect peek that as well. He did a little crouch swing on that. Oh no. We're gonna go into a tech pause. We don't know what happened.
Just building a little bit of suspense, I guess. As soon as we figure out what's going on, we'll let you all know. It seems like something on the side of MIBR is the culprit. And so discussions will take place. Solutions I hope, will be implemented, and we'll get back into the action as soon as we can. If you are just joining us, it's been a loud show from beginning to end. Currently sitting up 12-6. I think there's a lot of reason to be excited about this roster for the future of MIBR.
What comes back first, Pal or Fracture?
We've seen some
Actually a good
very
question.
special individual moments for the youngster.
I guess.
But
Fracture.
by and large, excuse me, it's been all loud. And I think, as we mentioned earlier, Dre, the goalpost, if you will, cannot be more different for MIBR.
That's
Some
savage,
success,
dude.
some reason for hope, some reason for excitement. But for Loud, the expectation at the beginning of every year and at the end of every year is to make champs. And they somehow always do it. And it seems like they're on that trajectory again. Still
Production
a
has
lot of
no
hours to play.
faith.
That seems like where they're headed.
Well, I was really curious going into maps like this where you have to run Jet or Raze maps. I know Sadak has ran Raze before, but I was really curious who's going to be the duelist player for
How
this
would you
team.
buff non-dive
but
duelists
why
to
would
make
it
them
be? 'Cause
viable?
he's
I
already
wouldn't
duelist
buff
on
them.
Sentinel
I would
anyway,
snuff
right?
the dive duelist more.
So it's cool seeing Tui's pick this Jet up again. And yeah, he looked a little bit shaky with some of his first shots with the op, but maybe that's just
The
a little bit
duelists
of
are already
rust
too strong in
on
this
that
game.
operator. I'm sure as time goes on, he'll get even better.
You can't just buff
when he
all
had the
of them.
second
You'll
opportunity or
just
the
see
third
3 in
opportunity
every
to take
single
those off
game,
shots,
especially
he connected.
ranked.
Yeah, he's delivered. I mean, he's delivered.
And the knives, he looked great on the knives as well. So poised with them.
He's playing well for Loud. I think Pancata looks very good. The roster change that they made in between stage 1 and stage 2 seems to be exactly what the doctor ordered. I am being told that we're getting back into the action.
Sonya, I maybe have time on
faulty keyboard.
Tuesday.
That was the culprit.
That's the
The
most
reason
likely
for
day,
for the delay.
but I'm not sure yet.
But that has since been fixed, and we should be getting
KP,
into action here.
thank
very
you so much.
shortly.
Thank you for the 4
12-6
months.
The way of Loud on
Thank you for the
MIBR's
prime.
map pick. Lotus the next, and then if needed, we would be heading over to Sunset for the decider.
Yeah, I think you.
Looks like we are
I don't want to
getting
see
back
the
into it right
other
now
duelists
as
get
MIBR with 4
the
ults
only
to their
duelist I'm
name.
okay with
One
getting
away
a
from
small
theirs.
buff
And a scrappy
is
buy
Phoenix,
for Loud. I mean, both
and
squads kind of
even that scares
all
me a
over the
little bit,
place
just because it's such a good
in
ranked
terms of the
agent.
economy.
Yeah, but the blades are often the difference maker.
And I just spoke about how good Tui's has been with them so far. Let's see what he can do here. He's getting set up with full utility.
Liazi's really far away from the play. It doesn't matter because Tui's falls, but they pop the ult to get the knives down.
Damn,
Rich
he got
getting in on
so
it as
much
well.
for that Sova
2
ult.
ults invested, 3 kills found.
Yeah, and that was nice play. I'm a big fan of what MIBR just set up and how they did it. They understand the win condition for Loud is just Tui's dashing in with those knives. That KO ult being popped denies that completely. All of a sudden, Artson gets a free kill. Rich is using his Sova ult in a diagonal crosshair, crossfire in that market area as well. Actually ends up connecting on a player in B main. I mean, he'll take that.
They're just really able to pick them apart. I think Artzine also being able to carry
He's
the
a
ult into the
2v4.
next, barring an
Might be a little
investment
bit
here
into it.
late, certainly bodes well for MIBR. But
Yeah. Do you
all
know
of
the one
that
change
said,
that I would have made to Jet
Loud
ages
still
ago
have 2 rifles in
was
hand,
that
and they
you
have
can
a
only
free
dash
A site.
forward. I think that's such a
Very free. That's
it's
why
such a
you see
good
Kyle is
skill
kind of prodding
change.
up in this
You have to
space.
be
Dagger will the
fast
info
with looking to
for
the right
MIBR
before
that
you
it's
dash or
probably
wherever
gonna
you
be
dash to.
fine.
It's such
Like,
a
I think
deep
Jet
knife
should
too.
only be able to dash where you're
Fully
looking.
clearing everything out. I think the
But
question
that's
is,
what
do
I would
Loud
change
play
to
this back?
dash.
Kawanzin is
Because then
really
it's still
far
good
up.
at getting through the
Yeah,
choke
Liazi
points,
spotted
but on
him. That's why you
defense
see
you
the
can't
pop
do some of
flash
this
set
mad
up.
stuff.
He's in a 1 and done.
So it's like
Takes a
you
step
get a
back,
bit of
drops
a
the dart,
counter,
somehow
but it's
stays
still good
alive.
at like
He's just being
diving
nuisance,
through
buying
choke
as much
points.
time as he possibly can.
Raze,
The
I
benefit
don't know what the
MIBR,
hell to do
though,
to Raze.
is that they have numbers. They can send 1-2 to deal with
don't
him,
really wanna
and
take
then
away the
turn
second
attention back
satchel, but-
site. Sadok's left alone, can't deal with the remaining members of MIBR.
What
So
to do if you
MIBR
low sense?
The defensive side will get to their 7th.
That's a
Yeah.
get wrecked basically,
Good
man. Play a
patience
different
from
agent.
MIBR to just hold that setup, have crossfires. Liazi spotted Kawazin there. They had this little awkward standoff for a second. but
issue?
then
Yeah, basically.
The instant reaction for Liazi to come back a little bit more into spawn, set up that pop
No
flash, so
refreshing
nobody
nade.
gets picked off
You only
early
get
on
one nade.
to take
Pretty
that
good.
space back from Loud. That was nice.
Here we see some of the makings of that play that you mentioned at the beginning of the round with the 100 Fury.
He connected. Oh.
Nice. Boa, guys. Boa, Rich. Nice ultimadas. Nice. Boa, boy.
Okay, some vibes from the squad of MIBR.
Yeah, they're
Not bad.
feeling
Not
alright.
bad, but
They
yeah,
seem relatively
that
calm as well.
Hunter's Fury from Rich connected on a player B
Do you think
main
duelists
and
aren't
right
balanced
there.
enough? I think duelists are
Loud have
the strongest
5
at the
light
moment.
armor.
Dude, Neon,
See
ISO,
if they can
they're all so strong right now
kinda
apart from
navigate
Phoenix.
this
And
as well
even
as they tend
Phoenix
to
is
close out the
insane in
map.
ranked.
Oh, it's getting active. Oh. But just not able to punish.
Yeah, not confident enough on that specific swing, but maybe the trade right here. Rich has an opportunity to kill the drone.
Problem is, you got to
Late,
balance
though.
it for ranked as well.
Didn't take his window of opportunity. Maybe that
And
inexperience
the
showing a little
duelists
bit.
dominate ranked.
He was set up really well. Meanwhile, Mazine having to deal with 3, manages to drop 1, but a flash in his face. Now Loud kind of thrown into disarray a little bit here. They have a couple of options. They still have plenty of time to figure out where they want to end.
And I get it from the side of Loud. I get why Sada called to go A there. You just got 2 kills in mid with a lean towards B. You droned into B main. You might think that those players of MIBR are going to rotate and bite on that drone, but they didn't. And it worked out to their benefit. MIBR now have a chance to
Oh
bring
man, I
this
think
round
they
back. It's a
just
3v4.
missed their chance. Double stack over
35
towards
seconds left.
short.
Sada controlling his troops.
Ooh.
There's one.
I mean, just gets obliterated.
Oh.
Colin
Nice
does
shots,
too.
bro.
He's been crispy these last couple of rounds. Another numbers disadvantage for the
And he
attacking
just
side.
gets around the corner before the other guy's going to duel him. Whoa!
What?
Okay.
That's how that ends?
Okay, I was not expecting that one with 3 on short.
Took
Nice shots,
something
man.
into his own hands. What was that?
Very nicely done by Sada.
Transfer was
Close
so
things out.
fast.
13-7 the way of Loud. It seemed like MIBR
Okay,
were gonna
double
be able to
pistol
get
helped him a
another
little
round on
bit.
the board, but
Just
I
double
mean, when
slow
the
start
leader's
for
doing
MIBR
things like
because of
that,
it.
why not?